Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathleen. For the new members, kindly hit the subscription button and hit the notification bell so that the next time I'm uploading a video, you are able to get an alert. For my supporters and viewers, kindly I continue calling upon you to continue supporting me. Kindly share and like this video. In today's gang series, we are going to look at Wakali Kwanza gang in Mombasa County. About 1 week ago, we got news that more than 10 members from Wakali Kwanza gang had surrendered, meaning they had denounced membership in Wakali Kwanza. But the question is, who are the Wakali Kwanza gang? In today's gang series, we are unmasking Wakali Kwanza. How did it begin? Where does it operate? What weapons are they using? And perhaps, what could be done to eradicate Wakali Kwanza? Way back in 2014, Wakali Kwanza began as a football club. This was a football club that was supporting talent among young men in Mombasa County. Majorly, this football talent was being drawn from Pasheba, Mandoni, Mulamefu, and Mtopanga. However, as time went by, this group lost direction and lost leadership. It also lost funds or sponsorship for the football operations. This was despite the fact that these young men used to perform excellently in the football competitions in the region. In fact, the name Wakali Kwanza was as a result of its excellent performance in football matches. Wakali Kwanza simply means the fittest, the best, the leaders. Like, we lead, others follow. But after losing leadership and direction, these young men began seeking for donations from well-wishers in the public to help them to continue financing their football activities and lifestyle. However, as time went by, instead of using the donations that they got from the well-wishers to support their football activities, and because of lack of leadership, these young men started using drugs. Eventually, this football club split into two, Wakali Kwanza and Wakali Wao. Wakali Kwanza could evolve into a deadly gang that is terrorizing members of the public in Mombasa County. First, it began by attacking passengers in public vehicles. However, when the government security agencies became hard on them, they shifted. The question is, to where? The shift went to attacking business premises and even passersby in Mombasa's area. They also start street mugging. Now the question is, why the tenacity of Wakali Kwanza despite the fact that it started as a football club and failed? The answer is fairly simple. Reporting about the Wakali Kwanza way back in 2017, the county administration had spoken about some politicians financing these groups during electioneering periods to settle political scores. And exactly in a situation whereby we depend on political violence to settle our political scores, then these groups are likely to proliferate, and the Wakali Kwanza is not an exception. Now, another question that is highly raised: what is the age bracket of members in Wakali Kwanza? The age bracket lies between 12 and 24 years old. Simply, this tells you that these are young boys who are supposed to be in class 7 up to around form 4. But because they have not gotten the enough support that they need, maybe to cultivate their talent and even to demonstrate to them that on top of their talent, they can still go to school, these young men have ended up into a criminal gang. Another question that is being raised is, what are the operational areas of Wakali Kwanza? The operational areas include Machengo, Kibokoni, and Likoni. Another question is, what are the weapons that are used by Wakali Kwanza? From the failures attacks that have been reported about Wakali Kwanza, these young men uses machetes, knives, and another crude weapon that they come across. Mainly, they are known to slash people. They have a gang described as a machete wielding gang. That is their mode of attack, or that is their way of attack. They use machetes, they wield machetes, they slash anybody they come across, and they cause that threat and havoc so that people run away and leave their things, all their properties unattended, and then they take over and steal. And then the question is, what can be done to ensure that a group like Wakali Kwanza does not continue existing, or does not continue to attract other young men as members? The answer is fairly simple. First, for any organization or for any philanthropist who feels like he wants to support talent, especially in the coastal part of Kenya, make sure that if you have started a project with these young men and young women, you are able to work with them until they are able to self-actualize, or you are able to get the end objective of this particular project. Don't start clinging young men and women together. Introduce them to a certain kind of lifestyle and leave them along the way. If only the football club never lost direction, if only the football club never lost financing, perhaps today we could not have a gang called Wakali Kwanza. Secondly, is a call to the government agencies. We have young men and women outside there who are super talented. Ensure that actually these young men's talents and young women's talents are well supported, and by the end of the day they are put somewhere where they can be able to utilize that talent in a way that it can not only generate income to them, but also it can be able to be used to preach a gospel that talent pays, and without actually being involved in criminality, people can be able to do what? To make it in life. And finally, it's a call to all public members and citizenry in Kenya that it is our responsibility to ensure security, and security begins with me and you. The moment you spot a group or a group of young men who you see that they are doing things that are not in the right way, it is your duty to report to the relevant government agencies and ensure that the country is secured. Thank you so much.